This is an introduction to the dance of the eye and the hand from Laughing Waters Studio.
Welcome. This is an introduction or preface to the dance of the eye and the hand, fundamentals of Chinese brush painting. My name is Bob Schmitt. I am a lifelong student and practitioner of Chinese brush painting. I began my journey with the brush in the early 60s when I was 12, and there was a program on educational TV featuring a Japanese brush master, and that is what got me hooked to these traditional materials, the paper, the brush, and the ink. I was unschooled for most of my life, but was fortunate in the 90s to connect with two Chinese masters from Toronto, Lok Tak and Yitung Lok, and a Chinese master here in Minneapolis, Hong Zhang. All three of these men are skilled artists and gifted teachers. In 2001, all three of them gave me an endorsement to begin teaching my own students, which I've been doing since that time, and I currently have about 40 students who come to my studio, Laughing Waters Studio, every week. Now, that was prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, and since then I've been exploring using this mode to try and teach my own students, and this particular effort, the dance of the eye and the hand, to reach beyond my own circle of students and to those who have an interest in Chinese brush painting and never been able to find a doorway in. I'm hoping to provide that doorway here with this series.
Chinese brush painting, the experience of life transformed into line.
As a teacher, I set out with several sets of assumptions. Any student coming to me already has two sets of skills. One is the skill of their eyes. When they look, what do they see? The other is the skill of their hand. When they paint, how do they paint? But more importantly is the tension between the skill of the eye and the skill of the hand. That is the dance of the eye and the hand. And so we're not only trying to train the skill that you have with the brush in your hand, but the connection between the two. And those skills are always in tension. The skill of the eye may advance, and then the hand has to catch up to it. The hand may advance, and then the eye has to catch up to it. That is a continual dance. Mastery of this art form is not a destination, it's a process. And that tension between the movement of your skill of the eye and the movement of the skill of the hand is always going to be present. And so one needs to learn how to work with that tension. That tension also is, from my own perspective, the qi, the life force, the spirit. And so you never want to lose that. You never want to lose that tension between what the eye can see and what the hand can draw.
From form to line, it's all about the line.
So to begin in this series, I'm offering lessons for beginners, someone who has absolutely no experience with Chinese brush painting, and lessons for those who have some training and want to go farther. They're interchangeable. You may find some of the beginning lessons helpful. You may find some of the continuing lessons helpful, and certainly feel free to move between the two.
You can learn more about Chinese brush painting at www.laughingwatersstudio.com. You have been watching Distance Learning from Laughing Waters Studio.